Welcome back to. Oh, wait. All right, just a little visual thing I had to fix. Okay. Welcome back to Chit Chats, everybody. My name is Antonio.
And I'm Ellie. Let's have a chit chat.
Yeah. All right. That was good. That was good. Yeah, we'll take that. Actually, do it again. Do it again. You can do
I
better.
was a little worried that I forgot like a word or something as I was saying it.
Do it again. Do it just for good measure. Do it one more time.
Have a chit chat.
All right, there we go. All right, cool. So, welcome everybody to Chit Chats, and Ellie, welcome to your second official episode. I hope you're ready to have a good time. You know.
I am.
Not only is this your second episode, this is your first solo episode. You know.
I know, kind of my debut, if you will.
Yeah. Right. Because
the last one was super fun.
Yeah, no, and that's good. But I don't always do solo ones with people. So this is a special kind of episode. So, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And last episode we had you on, you played a little game with us or a little quiz with us. But this episode, we're going to kind of try to get to know you a little bit more personally, So we're not going to ask super deep questions. So, if any questions I ask, if you don't feel comfortable asking them or answering them, answer them anyway. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to ask any. Basically, I want to talk to you because you are, recently we did an episode with Parker. I did an episode with Parker about what it was like being in a fraternity. And, I know that you are in a sorority, and I thought this would be a nice little compliment to that episode. And we can talk about, what it's like. We maybe discuss the differences. I don't know, probably just more keep it individual. But yeah. So yeah. All right. So just to start off, what kind of describe what a sorority is, I guess, in case anyone doesn't know.
So sororities, usually at a university, are a Greek affiliated organization specifically for people identifying as women. Typically, there is a house, a physical house, that the sorority members at some point live in throughout their college experience. Usually, freshman year in the dorms, sophomore, junior year in the house, the sorority house, and then senior year you do your own thing. But a sorority, basically, on a broader level, is an organization for people identifying as women to support a philanthropy of their that is affiliated. So my sorority, we're affiliated with Make-A-Wish, and we have been since 2002, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, so we have a bunch of events that we all work together to put on to support Make-A-Wish, but in a less philanthropic level. Sorority is just kind of a way to find a community within a way bigger community that is the university.
A quite large community, yeah.
Yeah, so at least that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
And that's how it worked me. So that's how I would describe it.
For sure, yeah, no, and that's I from my general perception, that's pretty much what I would think. I actually didn't know that your sorority specifically was associated with Make-A-Wish, so that's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, each sorority usually has their own specific cause that they support, and ours just happens to be Make-A-Wish.
Mm-hmm. And what is the name of yours, if you don't mind?
Chi Omega.
Phi Omega?
Chi Omega, so
Chi
and
right.
Omega. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get mixed up with the Greek letters, but yeah.
No, it's okay. There's also another sorority called Alpha Chi Omega, so some people also get confused there.
I
My
see.
grandma, for Christmas last year, she wanted to give me a sorority Christmas ornament, and it was the Alpha Chi Omega.
Oh
no! Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of names that repeat, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, what exactly made you want to join a sorority? What was your thought process going into college? with that?
Well, going into college, I just was really struggling, like, feeling like I didn't have a group of gals that, like, I was friends with because we both wanted to be friends with each other. And, like, specifically other women. Throughout high school, I'd had a really hard time finding girlfriends that were, I don't know, that friendships with girls that just lasted. I didn't feel like I connected well with other girls that I went to high school or, saw at like a summer camp. Nothing ever stuck, and it frustrated me beyond belief, and it made me just, I don't know, it took me to a low where I just was like, man, like, what is wrong with me that's like why is this not happening for me? Like, I feel like something is wrong here, and I'm not sure why. And so that, on top of going into college during a pandemic, and I was supposed to have a roommate, and she decided to stay home. So I was in a room by myself, and so that just kind of further snowballed me, and like, wow, now I'm going to college and I'm going to be even more alone. I had Parker there, but I don't know, I just wanted my own friends too. I didn't want to like rely on Parker solely
For sure.
for like a social life. I just didn't feel like that was going to be healthy for me. And so actually, one of my like childhood friends, we hadn't spoken since probably elementary school, but our moms are still friends. And so we both seemed to be struggling in the friend department. So she reached out to me and was like, oh my gosh, hey, like, how's it going? We're both in Corvallis and no one else is like it's pandemic o'clock, nothing is happening.
Right, yeah.
And she told me that she had decided they called it rush at that point. We don't call it rush anymore, it's like recruitment, but she told me that she decided to rush, and I honestly hadn't thought about the fact that there were probably sororities and fraternities in college. Like, all I could think of prior to being in one was like the Monsters University sororities and fraternities. Like,
yes.
Something that I would never, like, they were just kind of fake.
The scare games.
They're not real.
Dude, can we talk, like, I just want to say, like, I wish we had, like, a scare games in our university.
Yes.
Like, just a slight tangent there, but that would be so cool. But anyway.
Yeah. So we have, anyway, I'll
We'll go into all of it. We'll go into all of it if you have something to comment about.
But yeah, she told me that she was going to rush, and I was like, oh my gosh, I guess that's an option. And I felt like, I could either try it and it could go horribly and I would still be on the hunt for like some really close gal friends, or I could try it and could find other people that really wanted to meet me and other people going through rush. In this moment in time where we were all trying out college during a pandemic. And so I just kind of thought through it and felt like, if there are other people going through this right now, then I feel like we probably have the same intentions. I mean, not all of us, but like, there are probably other people there that have the intention of finding friends.
For sure.
So
yeah.
That was kind of my mindset, is like, there's probably other people that feel the same way as I do in this group. And even if it doesn't work out for us, I will have met some people and have some kind of outlet.
For sure, yeah.
So yeah, that's why I decided to do it. Sorry, I went on a long, because I really didn't think about it until probably like a week before it started. And people sign up like months and months in advance, so.
Right. It was a little bit more on a whim for you, but overall, like, what would you say your, like, now that, because, it's been 3 years, right, since you first joined, like, what do you think, like, do you think it was a good decision overall? Like,
oh yeah, I try and think of where I would be without it, which like sounds sad, but it really has been like the basis of my college experience thus far. Like, there are people that I've met outside of it, and like way great memories that I've made outside of it, but it really like formed the basis of what I wanted my college experience to look like, like social wise, and like the people I wanted to surround myself with. And I don't know, it really helped me develop as a young adult, I feel like. And on top of that, also, like, I did end up meeting those friends that also felt very alone during the pandemic and wanted to find other people that wanted to form those close connections. So Thinking about where I would be had I not decided to rush, I probably would have met friends eventually. I think that it would have been a much longer, drawn out process. So, yeah, I don't know. For me, I just think it was the right decision because it was a decision that was going to get me some progress then and there. And that was kind of what I was needing. And I'm still friends with all of those people that I met that first year, like very closely with today. I'm living with a few of them next year. It really has like become a major part of my college experience. And I'm very grateful for it. I don't think I would have developed as a human quite as much without it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, and I think like regardless of like, you know, when you decide to join or why, like I feel like that is like a commonality that I think like everyone going into sorority or fraternity might have, is just like wanting to make friends. Like I do think that that's like a big part of it. So
Yeah.
I think like in that sense, like it definitely was like, it seems like it was a big success like in that regard. And
Yeah, it definitely is.
that's good. Yeah, for sure. And so I guess like, what are the kinds of things, because you know like you're joining the sorority, like you're part of this like big community now, like what are the sorts of things that you guys do? I mean, you kind of talked about it a little bit, but like overall, like what are the kinds of things that you guys do, and I guess more specifically, what are the things that you do that kind of bring you guys closer together?
So like just like timeline wise, like in the fall we had fall formal recruitment, which is like the formal recruitment I went through. And we have like a work week beforehand where recruitment, it sounds like I don't know, it's very odd because it sounds like a very like, you know, people can come by and if they want to join, they can join. But with fall formal recruitment, there's like a lot of details that go into it that not everyone is aware of. And so we have this work week where everyone trains and gets ready and like we get our house ready. And that brings people really, really close together, especially when you start living in. Like when I went into my first year living in, I hadn't met anyone that was going to be living in, or I hadn't met most people that would be living in since they would communicate virtually our first year. So that brought us close together, is living together and getting to know each other during that like 40-hour work week of like getting ready.
That'll do it.
Yeah, we also have like a 5K color run that we all do together that we do in like our sorority fams. So we have like, if you've heard like Big Little. Yeah. So with each class of people that join, there's like a big, like when I was a sophomore, I had a freshman that was my little. And it's supposed to be like a big little sis, like mentor.
Okay, gotcha.
Join. So that you're not like completely confused about what's going on.
Right, I imagine like when you're first joining, like as a freshman, it's probably maybe a little intimidating, right?
Oh yeah, I had no idea what was happening. There were a bunch of things that happened that I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm a part of it, I guess. So yeah, I had a big when I joined, and the fams like really bring you close together too. Even if you aren't necessarily best, like closest friends with people in your fam, there's still people that you like can rely on and go to for like whatever. And so yeah, we have our Big Little, and during our philanthropy events, we'll have teams of people doing different jobs, and it's usually like you do it with your fam to bring you closer to. So yeah, we also have like sisterhood events. Like my roommate Megan and I'm the recruitment chair, and also we're sharing we're both doing recruitment and sisterhood together, which typically you just do one job. But Megan and I have kind of been running the sorority lately.
All right, go off.
2 different ones. But yeah, we've been throwing like sisterhood events. We had like a field day. We just used the budget and bought a bunch of games. We had like badminton out at Chintimity.
Nice.
And like a bunch of snacks, and it was just like sisterhood events, philanthropy events.
And so do you guys get to like with having those positions, do you guys get to like actually like choose what kind of events you do, or is it more like facilitated?
It's a total free for all. You get to choose. I mean, you like run it by another person on like the executive board first to make sure you're not like absolutely blowing your budget.
That's fair.
But other than that, you pretty much get to come up with whatever event you want to do. Like Megan and I just decided we would be having a field day a random Saturday. Hey, 12 to 3, come out. We're going to have games, snacks, all this. And each position has like a budget that they get to use throughout the year. And as long as you don't go over budget, you're pretty much solid. You get to come up with whatever events you want to and you think will like empower the sisterhood.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like I feel like you guys probably like are good people to do that. I mean, I don't know Megan as well, but like I feel like you guys have a good like energy, and like you guys, like I feel like you guys probably bounce off of each other well. That's the vibe.
We really do. I appreciate that. Yeah, we both just really want to have a good time. Like I don't know. Sometimes we felt like, you know, people don't fully take advantage of those budgets, and like that like when else in your life are you going to be able to throw whatever event you want with like a certain amount of money, like a pretty solid amount of money to just do whatever you want with all of your friends.
For sure, yeah.
And so yeah, we try and take as much of an advantage as possible, because it's, I mean, we've only got a year left, and our positions, we finish our jobs in after fall term. So we really only have one term left to do it. And not that other people can't do it well, but it's just fun to be able to do it yourself.
Right. Yeah, and I guess that is something that like I guess we didn't like mention, but like, yeah, this is your last term or last year as a like in your sorority, right?
Yeah.
And so you do have like so I don't know if you already mentioned it, but like when did you kind of take on this this like position?
So the recruitment position, that's like an executive board position. I almost said decision. And you get the whole house like makes in a way like votes and makes that decision of who's going to be in that position in at the end of fall term. So we have like a full day where we all just there's like a certain process. It's very long and drawn out. It would take all day to explain it. It's very weird, but
Gotcha.
Yeah, but basically a process where we like put people in certain positions and they like accept. And so I accepted the recruitment executive board position, and Megan, it's technically Megan is the sisterhood director, and that's a cardinal cabinet position. And so that's a lower level position. So the entire executive board decides who's on cardinal cabinet.
Okay.
So I was put into my position by the entire sorority, and Megan was put in her position by the executive board that I'm part of.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. I think I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry if that was confusing.
No, I think I got it. I just didn't Yeah,
but we all those decisions are made at the end of fall term, and then so once we come back from winter break, everyone is trained over winter break, and you come back and you are in your position.
Gotcha.
And responsible for all your duties.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I knew that you had like some sort of like higher position in your sorority, or at least like, you know, something where you like, you know, were part of a like you got to like make decisions kind of for the sorority, but I didn't know like the specifics of it. So that is interesting.
I'm recruitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have fall formal recruitment, and then we just started spring informal recruitment. So those are two events that are about a week long each. And so I'm in charge of facilitating the like 70 people in the sorority to recruit, and a lot goes into it. So yeah, definitely a little bit of a harder job, but so I'm excited to be done with it for my last year. But again, it's helped me develop into a better person, I think, organization and all those stupid job skills.
Definitely, yeah, definitely important. Stupid job skills. But that's cool though, because I do think like, you know, like you probably would have developed skills like that anyway, but I think like this is definitely a cool way to, you know, just kind of, I don't know, solidify. Or,
it's kind of like practicing them in like a, you know, obviously a non-job way.
Yeah. It prepares you for like later on, instances where you'd have to do that later on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so I guess like in a more general sense, in like college specifically, like this doesn't necessarily have to do like specifically with a sorority, but just like What are some just like standout college memories that you have? And they could relate to like stuff that you did with your sorority, but they don't necessarily have to.
Oh man. Okay.
If you feel like sharing,
Yeah.
I'm curious.
One of them, I mean, the most recent. Okay, I've got two.
Okay.
And I'm gonna backtrack. Not the most recent. So one of my friends that I made freshman year, Molly, she rushed along with me and said that she was like, I could see you on like the little Zoom call, but I just didn't know who you were.
Oh yeah.
We went to a lot of the same houses, but I did not notice. Anyway, so Molly and I ended up in the same sorority, luckily, and we became like such close friends. And I got the opportunity to go to Disneyland with her last summer. And,
that's right. Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Yeah. I met her family there. She was like, if you can fly yourself out, then, we'll pick you up and you can come along. And I was like, absolutely.
That's sick.
And we had 2 days in Disneyland. First day was Disney, and then second day was...
California Adventure?
That one. Yeah. And so, I mean, we were there, like, from open to close, because in Molly's world, she needed to ride every single ride. And I was down to do that. I was just excited to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had never tried the churros there, but Molly loved the churros. We probably ate like 5 churros that day.
Holy crap.
It was so good. I would do it again.
Oh my goodness.
So we grabbed one last churro for the road, and we were walking back to the hotel.
Oh no.
And Molly, I mean, it's so hot. We've been sweating all day, and Molly just absolutely eats it as we're crossing the street. She just like face plants on the road, and
like literally eats it.
I'm on the phone. You gotta go. Great. I'll see you later. Oh my goodness. Like we're going on a bike ride.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a little cameo.
Yeah, the Cam Dio.
Cam Dio.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right.
Anyway, so Molly, we're crossing the street to get back to the hotel, and she absolutely eats it, and she was so frustrated. She got up, and her churros like in pieces on the ground, and she just kicked the churro like probably 20 feet, and she's just like, shit.
I thought that you meant that she like just demolished the churro, but no, you meant like she like face planted on the street.
As I said it, I realized that might have been interpreted as she literally ate it, but no, she was just so pissed.
I would be too, man. I mean, I would be too. I mean, like I've never had the churros at Disneyland, but I imagine they're pretty good. Yeah. I haven't
had churros until then. Yeah, I don't know. Very rid. I don't know. That one just sticks out to me.
That's a core memory.
On it all the time. She's like, remember when I just got so angry with that churro, and I just kicked the crap out of it. Oh gosh, another memory, or my second one. I think it was freshman year. I had kind of met like my core group of friends, and not that I wanted to make as many friends as possible, but I had
everyone kind of has like a
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had been consistently hanging out with this group of gals that I like really had connected with, and so for my birthday, Molly, her birthday is like 2 weeks after mine, so we're like, let's just do like a joint birthday that's like a little bigger than a normal birthday party. Mm-hmm. And Parker, his mom has a beach house,
right?
And so I was like, let me hook us up with a beach house right now, like not like for free, but we were gonna. I knew somebody.
You had the opportunity. You had to take the opportunity.
Yes, right? Yeah. And so I was like, Michelle, please let us use the beach house for this weekend. We'll pay you whatever money it takes. And so we went to this beach house all weekend, and I mean, it was so. We just sat at the beach, went like finding shells. It was just super fun, just being able to relax. And I mean, I'm not going to say we were underage drinking, but we were very relaxed while we were there.
All right. We don't need to dox anyone today. We don't need to dox anybody today. Yeah.
No. But yeah, I just remember like on that trip, I was so stressed out because it was, my boyfriend's mother's beach house, and so I didn't want us to like mess anything up. but I also was like feeling so at peace because I would just like look around and I'd be like all that sadness and frustration that I had felt in the past couple years, not having that core group of friends that like really just wanted to be my friend because of who I am. I was like, it is here. Like I have waited it out and I am here with those friends now. And so yeah, I look back on that trip super fondly because it only brought us closer. And so I was just really, it was blissful. I just felt like I really made it.
Yeah, like that, like you feel like that was maybe like a sort of a pivotal moment. Like you kind of, like when you kind of realize like, oh, this is like I've kind of achieved what I set out to. Yeah. Exactly.
I do corny shit like that all the time. I just look up and I'm like, oh, my people.
You got, I mean, like, you know, it may be corny, but it's like, if it makes you feel good, it's like, there's no harm in that, you know? I support that.
Thanks. So yeah, that was another good memory. There are lots of, like, weird, funny memories with them, but, yeah, I just felt really good that I had, like, gotten the chance to meet them.
That's awesome. I want to go back. You mentioned, or like when we brought up the scare games thing, you were gonna say something, and I'm curious what you were going to say.
Yes, we have Greek Week, and so this year it was Mario themed, and it's not like as intense as scare games.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And so we have like a bunch of competitions throughout the week, and each house there's like a team. Like we were paired with a fraternity and another sorority. It was like an academic sorority, so not like a Panhellenic. There's like different councils. It doesn't matter. We were with another fraternity and another sorority.
Okay.
And we were Team Peach. We didn't win, but there were just a bunch of fun games throughout the week. There was like a Mario trivia night. We got dead last. I was on that team. It was painful.
Damn.
There was a race. Like you had to make a cart. You had to make Peach themed. I wanted it to be a cart. It was like a cardboard box. You had to make completely Peach themed, and it was like a foot race, and you had to like hand it. It was like a relay.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I forget what the other. There were a bunch of little events, but like there's a whole week where it's just like competition between the entire Greek community, and it was Mario themed. It was pretty fun.
That's sick, dude. I wish I was in the Mario trivia. I would kill in the Mario trivia.
There were some people there who had like seriously done their research. Like there were some seriously detailed questions, like the names of like side characters that I had never even seen. Luckily, one of the guys, or I mean, I guess not luckily because we got dead last, but one of the guys that was on our team said that he found like a Quizlet that had all the same questions as the actual trivia. Apparently, he did not, but whatever.
Damn, that's pretty. That's pretty cool. You what? Oh, you kind of had a scare games, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And so, is Greek Week? Is this a thing that you guys do like every year or every term, or
It's every year. I think it's just once a year. I honestly can't remember if we also did it in the fall. It's either once a year in the spring or fall and spring. I'm pretty sure it's just spring. I don't know why. It just feels like the last Greek Week that we had was so recent.
Right.
But I think it's just once a year. Sorry, I keep going back and forth.
No, I was just curious because I do remember hearing about. Like I like now that I think about it, I think I remember Parker mentioning, I think he mentioned Greek Week and he said that there was like Mario competitions and I was like, dude, that's so awesome. That's cool though.
Awesome. I was stoked to be Team Peach.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. We stand Peach. All right, in this house.
Peach.
Fun fact: she's getting a new game soon on Switch.
What? Yeah. Okay, well. Consider my money already gone.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Is it called like a Super Mario Bros. Like game or like what?
I think so. Well, okay. This is like far removed from like sororities in college, but I will bring it. No. Like I don't mind bringing it up. They announced a new Mario game where Peach is playable. And then so that is like just like a Mario game. But then they have this game that they didn't really talk about a lot. Like they announced it and they didn't really talk about it a whole lot. But it looks like it's like a Mario-esque game, like it's like a platforming game, but you play as Peach, and you get like power-ups as Peach, and it looks like it's like, I don't know, almost like it's like a stage play setting. I don't know. It's like, it's interesting. I'm interested to see what it is.
That sounds good.
But either way, it has Peach, and that means it's guaranteed to be a little bit quality, at least, I think.
I was gonna say it has Peach, so I'll probably buy it.
All right. Well, I guess I just have like one more question for you for this interview.
Okay.
So, like, you talked about how like you went into college, like you had like these goals in mind, and you grew a lot, and you developed a lot of like important life skills and skills being an adult. What is something that you like? What's like a really big takeaway now that college is like kind of like in its last leg, right? What's like a really big takeaway, or something that maybe like you would tell somebody going into college, or like maybe even like going into your sorority potentially, like just some like words of advice?
Oh man.
It's a
I
big
would
one.
say be open to all kinds of relationships, friendships, kind of not super close friends. I don't know. I feel like I went in really wanting just the close friends that I may have missed out on some friendships that could have also been of value to me. Or I mean, I guess that sounds kind of odd, like you were of value to me. But I would tell myself and other people to be open to all kinds of friendships and relationships. And just like not like constantly like pining after them, but be open and want them. I don't know. I would consider myself much more open to all kinds of like friendships and relationships now. And like I think that has created a version of me that's surrounded by a lot more love than I would be if I was closed off to only super close friends.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and I feel like, and I feel like you could say that about just like experiences in general, right? Like be open to like trying new things, having experiences maybe you didn't plan, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would not say a majority of my college experience has been planned. I mean, that coffee shop job that I had, I did not want to work at a coffee shop, and it ended up being the best job I've had so far. I worked there for 2 years, and it was great. Yeah, I would feel like be open to what you aren't expecting.
Right, yeah. And I mean, you never know what life is going to throw at you. And I don't know, speaking of someone who is a little like, I can be kind of like closed off, at least initially, to like trying new things. I do think like there is a lot of value in kind of like going through those experiences, like kind of just like, even if you kind of have to like, what's the phrase, like bite the bullet? Is that the phrase?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And just kind of like go for it, and you probably will. Like it may not always work out, but I do think like when it does, it's like a really nice thing.
Yeah, and doing new or trying new things with your friends too. I feel like
Yes.
only brings you closer. I don't know.
Yes, that's for
I have a lot
sure.
of great memories trying random stuff with friends that I'm closer or not as close with, and it's I don't know. It's just like fun memories. Like remember when we were like dumb idiots in sophomore year of college and we tried that weird Greek week event. Something.
Right.
I don't know.
For sure.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think college is like a really good time to do stuff like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that is going to conclude this interview and this video. So thank you so much for talking to me today and telling me about your experiences and all of that. Very fun.
Dude, thanks for having me. I enjoyed rambling on about them.
I enjoy, I don't think of it as rambling. I think of it as like, just talking, just vibing,
Yeah.
as a rambler myself. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. But with that, that'll conclude this video. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys in the next episode of Chit Chats.
Later.
Peace.
What?